Hello everybody, it is me, SimAlley, and today we are playing around with some AI generated stuff. So, see this, I wrote this myself. An AI did not write this, but I fed this into an AI along with a whole bunch of my YouTube videos, including like my original Rebels Legend series. I included my Fractured Reality teaser. I included my original KAGIC Let's Play. I included some stuff from like my little sheepy experimentation. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, some of that Flesh Collective stuff. All fun stuff. And I fed all of that, including an explanation of my YouTube channel and my history, into this podcast generator. And it generated a 15-minute podcast. Now, what's interesting about this is that some of the information is a little bit jumbled. They don't always get everything completely accurate, and they can't even pronounce my name properly. They keep calling me SimAlley, and they can't even pronounce the word KAGIC. So I'm going to let you guys listen to the entire 15-minute podcast, and in the background I'll just have some nice Minecraft on, and we will discuss the weirdness that this all was at the end of the video.
All right, so get ready, because today we are going deep, deep, deep into the world of SimAlley. It's a YouTube channel, and this creator really takes Minecraft creativity to a whole new level. Yeah. We're talking custom characters, intricate storylines, a whole lot of lore, and it's all built within this blocky universe that we all know and love, Minecraft.
Right. And you know what? You sent over a treasure trove of transcripts, summaries, all this stuff. I've been going through it all, and let me tell you, this channel, it's got twists and turns galore. Yeah. Bucket up, everybody.
It's true. It's like the creator, who, I mean, she also goes by Alyssa sometimes, so we can, throw that out there too. But it's fascinating how she uses the channel as this platform to really like explore different creative avenues. Yeah. And over the past like 7 years, she's gone through all these different transformations. It's SimAlley, the Sheepy Queen, Dust Bunny, Alleyverse Central. I mean, so many.
It really is. Each one reflects a really distinct shift in content too.
Wow. So it's almost like...
It's like chapters in a book.
Yeah, the channel itself had a story.
Yes, exactly. It's constantly evolving.
That is so cool. Yeah. And you know what? It's like witnessing the evolution of a creative mind in real time. Because you can see as the years go by, all these different like projects and storylines she's taking on. Right. And trust me, things get really, really like intriguingly weird.
Oh, yeah.
And wonderful.
It's wonderful, yeah.
So for starters, you gotta meet Red Diamond.
Yes.
Okay, so imagine this. A majestic Minecraft queen ruling over her own court of, get this, gem-themed followers.
I love it.
So if you're familiar at all with Steven Universe, that really popular cartoon with the crystal gems and everything, it's like that, but with a unique SimAlley twist.
Exactly, yeah. Like Red Diamond and her court, they're not directly pulled from the show or anything, but they're inspired by that whole gem concept. It's still the same. Okay. Like, using those characters as inspiration.
I see.
But like, for example, you've got Zuli the Lapis Lazuli. Okay. Amy the Amethyst, Dot and Stark, which is so cute. They're a ruby duo. Oh, cute. Angie the Purple Agate, and then even a little red pearl named Ditzy.
Wow, that's a whole crew.
It's a lot. But they have their own
That's awesome.
relationships, their own conflicts, adventures.
Oh, okay, so it's its own self-contained thing.
It is, yeah, within this whole SimAlley Minecraft world.
Wow, so she's basically taken the basic building blocks of like someone else's world, but completely constructed like an alternate universe.
I know, it's really cool.
With like storylines and everything. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And speaking of unique creations, there's a whole era of this channel dedicated to the Sheepy Queen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, this isn't just like a random name change. Right. It actually ties into one of SimAlley's most like intriguing experiments. Yes. Which is giving sheep in Minecraft enhanced intelligence.
It's so cool.
What?
The sheepy intelligence experiment.
Oh, okay.
It's fascinating because most Minecraft players, they see sheep and they're like, oh, sheep.
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
But SimAlley, she sees like the potential.
There's got to be more to them.
There's got to be more. Yeah. Like more complex narratives, thought-provoking scenarios.
Right. And you can do that. I mean, it's Minecraft. The possibilities are kind of endless.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool is that the standout of this whole experiment is Jeremy.
Okay.
He is a sheep who can walk and think and he can help with tasks.
Hold on, a sheep with a job?
I know. Isn't that wild?
That is amazing. What?
So he's become a fan favorite. And like, imagine sheep who understands your instructions.
Yeah.
And he helps. He lends a hoof. He can't talk yet, though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
The possibilities. Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
So cool.
This is why I love this channel, you know?
Yeah, it's wholesome.
It's wholesome, it's whimsical, it's like totally unexpected. But just when you think you've got SimAlley pegged as like the queen of like wholesome Minecraft creativity,
Right.
things take a turn.
They always do.
And this is where we meet the enigmatic and honestly kind of terrifying Dark Alley.
Ooh, Dark Alley. This is where, like, her own personality, you start to see it bleed into the narratives.
Oh, interesting.
But in a really fascinating meta way.
Okay.
So this character embodies self-doubt. That nagging voice that a lot of creators, including SimAlley herself, have talked about, where it's like this urge to just abandon a project before it's done.
Right.
And so it's literally like this personified force of self-sabotage.
So not just a villain in the game, but like a manifestation of like real-life creative struggles.
Exactly.
That is such a cool layer to add.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It makes it so much more compelling.
Yeah,
because it's like you're invested in her journey as a creator.
Right, absolutely. So Dark Alley represents that urge to quit. But what happens when a whole otherworldly force threatens to, like, consume everything in its path? Enter the Flesh Collective.
Oh, yeah. So the Flesh Collective, it's where SimAlley's storytelling, oh, man, it gets really unsettling.
Okay.
Picture this, like an invasive alien species, right?
Okay.
But their whole goal is to assimilate every single living being.
Like, take over.
Into a collective hive mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they claim, of course, it's for the good of the planet.
Right.
Ultimate harmony and conflict.
Sure, harmony by, like, erasing individual thought and free will. That's a little...
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
Not really the way to go about it.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Exactly.
But it's not just like some sci-fi trope for SimAlley, right? Like she's using this to explore those like big philosophical questions.
Absolutely.
What does it mean to be an individual?
Right.
Versus like part of a collective.
Yeah.
The ethics of like imposing your beliefs on others.
Mm-hmm. Even with like...
Even if you think you're doing it for the right reasons.
Good intentions, yeah. It's still not cool.
Not cool.
And it's in the execution where it gets really creepy.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So what do they do?
So they don't just like roll in and conquer, you know?
Okay.
They infiltrate and they whisper these promises of peace and belonging.
Insidious.
They prey on insecurities. Yeah?
Wow.
There's even one video where they directly address SimAlley.
No way.
Yeah.
What do they say?
They're like, come join us and be free from your insecurities.
Oh, that's creepy. It's like they know.
It's like they're in her head.
They know her deepest fears.
Yeah, and it's like feeding off of, you know, Dark Alley almost.
Oh, totally. It's like they're speaking directly to that part of her.
Yes. It's so meta.
That is so meta. Oh my gosh. Talk about blurring the lines between like fiction and reality.
It's true. It makes you wonder, too, if these themes, like, you know, the self-doubt.
The creative struggle, are they bigger than just SimAlley?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a universal experience for creatives.
Exactly.
And the way they talk about absorbing people into the hive mind, like promising this harmonious existence where everybody thinks as one.
It's giving, like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
But with, like, Minecraft.
Yeah, but instead of pod people, we've got, like, what, Minecraft gems?
Yes, exactly.
It's actually brilliant, though, when you think about it.
It is.
Because she's taking something familiar, Minecraft, and using it to explore something so, like, deeply unsettling.
Right, totally.
It really makes you think. And it also makes you wonder, like, if SimAlley, the creator, if she's wrestling with these doubts, then how are her characters coping?
Right.
What happens when they encounter the Flesh Collective?
Well, one character's fate in particular really, really stands out.
Okay.
And that is Opal the Dust Bunny. You remember Opal?
Opal, yeah, that cheerful little dust bunny who popped up every now and then to, like, you know, offer helpful advice.
Yeah, the voice of reason.
Oh, no, not Opal. Not, like, the fluffy optimism.
I know.
What did they do to her?
Well, the Flesh Collective, they're not about, like, forced assimilation. Like, they're not going to, like, strap you down.
Okay.
They offer this insidious form of freedom.
Oh, okay.
And you see glimpses of Opal after meeting them.
Okay.
And on the surface, she seems like her old self.
Okay.
Maybe even like a little too chipper.
Oh.
Right. And then she starts spouting the flesh collectives like propaganda.
Oh, no.
Yeah, talking about the joys of unity, the need to surrender individual desires.
That is so messed up.
It's terrifying because it's so subtle.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like this evil version of her.
Right. It's like they took everything that was good about her and just like twisted it.
Subverted it to serve their needs.
This is why I could never join a hive mind. I like my thoughts.
I like my thoughts.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't need to share them with anybody.
Exactly.
But it does make you wonder, like, if Opal, you know,
right.
the seeming like incorruptible source of sunshine can be swayed. Like, what hope is there for the others?
Exactly. And it raises the stakes for like the whole channel.
Right.
Because if they can get to Opal, they can get to anyone.
Oh,
even Red Diamond.
Right.
And remember that whole thing with the KAGIC mod?
Oh, right. For those like just tuning in, the KAGIC mod is how SimAlley brings these like amazing gem characters to life, right? It adds all these customization options.
Yes. It's so good.
She can create gems with all these different abilities, appearances. Like, she's really put a lot of thought into like how these gems function in her world.
Oh yeah, she's thought about it a lot.
But how does that tie into the Flesh Collective?
Well, it adds this whole other layer of vulnerability. So early on, there's this video where SimAlley is, you know, showcasing the KAGIC.
Right.
And she mentions how she had to gem-proof certain areas.
Gem-proof?
Yeah, of her Minecraft world.
Gem-proof. What does that even mean?
So it turns out gems, not so good with water.
Really?
Yeah, they like short circuit.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So now imagine what a hive mind that, you know, thrives on assimilation could do with that knowledge.
Oh, that's a good point. They could use it against them.
Exactly.
That's creepy.
It's a small detail, but it's this really terrifying level of strategy.
Right. So it's not just like they're trying to assimilate everybody. It's like
they're thinking ahead.
They're thinking ahead. They're finding weaknesses.
Yeah, they're playing the long game.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It is. And, you know, we have to remember, like, SimAlley's world is built on a foundation of, like, mods, resource packs. She's always tweaking like the game's mechanics.
Yeah, she likes to experiment.
The aesthetics, and that means the Flesh Collective.
Oh, they got to keep up.
They got to keep up. They got to adapt.
Oh my gosh, it's like they're facing their own meta crisis within the game.
Right, exactly.
That's wild. But even with this like looming threat, you know, even with Dark Alley, who could just like derail everything at any moment.
Right.
SimAlley never loses sight of like the joy of creation.
Never. That's what's so great. You see that
even in the face of all this.
Even in the face of it.
Yeah.
It's like her attention to detail.
Yeah, like how does that manifest?
So like she experiments with all these different resource packs. Right?
Okay.
Like she's mentioned using ones from like RGX plays Cheshire Game. I mean, so many.
Cool.
And she even talks about like wanting a redder diamond block.
A redder diamond block.
You know, so specific, but it's like
it's the details.
It's the details.
But it's also like she's not just accepting the game as it is.
Sure.
She's like shaping it to fit her vision
and her world.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
And it really contrasts with that whole Flesh Collective thing.
Right, because they want everybody to be the same.
They want you to assimilate.
But she's like, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and it's not even just like the visuals, right?
Right.
She brings in mods that like fundamentally change how the game is played. Like, remember that one video where she's using the more player models mod?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
So it's like Red Diamond. She's not just this like diamond-shaped character anymore.
Okay.
She towers over everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like this physical manifestation of like her power and authority.
Right. So it's like you get that visual representation.
Exactly. And it just like changes the whole dynamic between her and the other gems.
Wow. And it's like you wouldn't think it's something like that, just a character model.
Right. It's such a small detail.
But it makes such a difference, but it's like
it changes everything.
It changes how you see them, their relationships with other characters. Oh my gosh.
It makes you realize like this isn't just like random Minecraft Let's Plays.
Yeah.
This is a universe
The whole world.
that she has created, and like it's meticulously crafted.
It's so cool.
Every decision.
Yeah.
From like the resource packs to the character design.
It's a storyline.
Storylines, it all serves a purpose.
That is so cool.
And that's what makes it so compelling, you know?
Yeah.
Like she invites you into this world that she's created, and it's like this fusion of imagination and like anxiety.
Because we've got Dark Alley in there.
Dark Alley's in there.
The Flesh Collective. It's a whole thing.
And yet there's still so much creativity.
Right. It's not all doom and gloom.
No, not at all. It's like heartwarming and unsettling at the same time.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. And it's constantly evolving.
Always.
So who even knows what's going to happen next? And that's part of the fun, right?
Exactly.
Like you got to stay tuned.
Okay, pause for a second. What did I just do? How is this possible? I made some sort of axe that I thought would be good for like cutting down trees, some lumber axe, and I think I can't believe I did that. I just destroyed my entire house.
Find out.
Stay tuned.
It really is a testament to like the power of creativity, though.
Absolutely.
You gotta think about it.
What you can do when you combine passion and like technology.
Yeah, and self-awareness, because you can tell she's like thinking about all these things. Yeah. So if you're looking for a YouTube channel that will like honestly surprise you, challenge you, make you think, SimAlley is definitely worth checking out.
100%.
Just be prepared for, you know, a few abrupt endings.
Maybe some existential crises.
Because you know how it is.
A little bit of that.
Dark Alley's always lurking.
Always lurking.
And the Flesh Collective.
They're watching.
They are watching us all.
Charlie's watching.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, on that note, thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive. This was awesome.
This was so fun.
I love SimAlley.
SimAlley's the best.
We will catch you all next time.
Okay, so now you have officially listened to the entire podcast, or you just skipped to this point in the video. I don't really know what you did, but I think we need to talk about it a little bit. So I think it did an okay job. Obviously, it can't even pronounce SimAlley correctly. It can't pronounce the word KAGIC for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. Maybe because I wrote it in all caps. And I wish I had have added some more documentation on like the actual KAGIC mod itself. I think if I ever did another one of these podcasts, I'd probably go to the KAGIC wiki and maybe put some information about there about the creators and that kind of stuff like that. Like Owen Adrian and all that kind of stuff. I probably would add that next time. Because you can add up to 50 sources, and I have 12, so, I could always do this again if I wanted to. The thing that they said about Opal, the Dust Bunny, just randomly appearing and giving advice, I don't really think that's accurate, but what they said about Dark Alley was 100% accurate, and they actually are pulling a lot of their information from this document, which I wrote myself. Every single word I wrote here is what I wrote. No AI was involved in writing. I don't let the AI mess with my writing. Like that is mine. You don't mess with that. This is all me, my creativity. But the podcast was obviously AI generated based on all the sources, my videos, and the little blurb that I wrote here about my own channel. And I could read this to you guys if you want to, but you can like pause and read it yourself if you want. It's really not that big a deal. Just kind of an overview of my history. And they talked about it in the video. So as far as podcasts go, I have actually messed with this program quite a bit over the past, whenever it came out, so probably like a week or two I've been messing around with this. It probably came out before that, obviously. And the thing is, it's kind of a hit and miss. So sometimes it'll generate something and I'll be like, wow, that was amazing. But I have actually noticed some vocal patterns. Like they always say, exactly. And that's $1 million question, isn't it? And, they'll give like an analogy of like, well, it's kind of like this doing this, or, like something with a cosmic twist, or, like I've actually picked out different patterns that always show up in these podcasts. So if you generate enough of them, you will pick up on the patterns yourself and you will feel like it is kind of repetitive. So that is kind of a downside to it. And obviously they're going to get some information wrong. Like it even has a little disclaimer here about, certain things being inaccurate and, but I think for what it is, for an experimental, because it says NotebookLM, it's experimental, right? So for the experiment that it is, I do find it quite interesting. And I think there has a lot of room for improvement. So maybe in like a year or two, if they even still continue this, because they might scrap this experiment, who knows with the way that Google is. But if they continue this on, they may improve it. And I think I would be really hopeful for, what an improved version of this would look like. So sometimes I'll, generate a whole bunch of them and just kind of experiment to see what it does. And sometimes you gotta like mess with the sources, and you gotta like add more, take some out, give it some instructions, add your own information. Like if I didn't have this document that I wrote, they would have gone off on a totally different tangent, whole bunch of inaccurate stuff, guesswork. Because I actually did an experiment yesterday, and I just put in the word fish as a text document. Like literally, I just went here, I wrote the word fish, and then I saved it as a document, and then I uploaded it, and then it actually generated a 3-minute podcast based on the word fish. And it was just going on crazy about mythology and sushi and just random stuff. So no matter how much or how little you give this program, it will generate something. Whether that something is useful or accurate or entertaining is really subjective. But as far as this is what it is, I like messing with it. Let me know if you want me to generate some more podcasts, because, I really enjoyed, doing whatever this was. It's kind of weird. And, it is what it is, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I am still working on KAGIC Fractured Reality, and the reason that it's taking so long is that it is going to be like a full-length movie feature, so you're gonna have to be patient with me. It could be months before KAGIC Fractured Reality actually properly comes out, but when it does, it will be something beautiful. It's probably one of the biggest projects I've ever done. So be patient. I'm still going to be doing regular uploads. Maybe it's once a week, maybe it's twice a week, depending on my mood. But you'll have videos every week, at least one. So anyway, bye-bye now.